Hey y'all, it's Rosie from Recipes, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the best ever shepherd's pie. We're making chicken and beef shepherd's pie, or cottage pie as some people will call it. So to get started, you're going to need some chicken breast. My chicken breast was already washed, clean, and all that other good stuff. I'm just going to cut it in bite sizes, and then I'm going to head over to my stovetop. In my Dutch oven here, I have some vegetable oil that's nice and hot. I got this pot over medium heat, and now I'm going to start adding in my chicken. So I'm not going to add any of my spices or anything like that right now. I'm just going to concentrate on cooking the chicken. We want to make sure it is cooked throughout. Now I know it looks super plain, but give it a pass right now. I swear everything will come together later on. So once the chicken is done, remove it from that Dutch oven or pot, whatever you're using, set it to the side. Drain any of the liquid that was left in there, and we're going to use the same pot for our beef. Now if you want to use a separate pot, that's okay, but I don't want to clean any extra dishes if I don't have to. So I'm using the same Dutch oven. I'm using a fatty ground beef. I should have used a leaner ground beef. However, I didn't, so I'm going to make sure I drain as much of the fat out of my Dutch oven as I possibly can without dumping out all of the meat. Okay, so once we're done doing that, we can start adding in some more of our ingredients. Let's add in our veggies. Now I'm using frozen mixed vegetables for two reasons. I have no problem against mixed vegetables. I like the flavor and it works on my budget. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding in some onion. I have yellow onion, although they do look white. You can use white onion, FYI. And now I'm going to mix all of these ingredients. Now let's add in some minced garlic. I have some fresh garlic that I minced up as fine as, or I just minced it up. I didn't mince it up that fine. And now I'm going to start adding my chicken in there. Now don't forget, if you want the exact measurements, be sure to visit my blog, iHeartRecipes.com. You can print out this recipe from there. And now we're going to add in some tomato sauce. My tomato sauce has herbs in them, but you do not need that type. You can use plain tomato sauce. Mix your ingredients, and now we can start adding in our spices. Okay, you can use salt and pepper, seasoning salt if you want as well, but I'm going to use salt-free seasoning because there's a ton of garlic, onion, and a lot of herbs. I just love this stuff, so that's what I'll be using. I'll let that mixture cook for about 10 more minutes over medium heat. Meanwhile, I'm going to wash, peel, and chop some potatoes. I'm going to be using these yellow potatoes because I love the creamy texture of them. If you want to use russet potatoes, you can, but I highly suggest using the yellow. So let's boil the potatoes until they're nice and tender, and then we will drain it. Once drained, we're going to whip it up with our handheld mixer here, or you can just mash it the old-fashioned way. And then we're going to toss in some cream cheese. And let me tell you, the texture that the cream cheese adds, the texture and the taste, is unbelievable. Do not skip out on that. Now I'm going to add some sharp cheddar cheese. I love sharp cheddar cheese, but y'all know that, of course. If you've been watching me for quite some time, you know that. If you're not a fan of sharp cheddar, use whatever cheese that you want to use. I suggest using, like, of course, cheddar, mozzarella, something like that. So now we're going to grab a 9x13. We're going to make sure we lightly oil it. I just used some vegetable oil. And now I'm going to start adding in our meat mixture. So FYI, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please take the time to subscribe. I upload every Sunday and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Thank you in advance. And now we're going to just flatten out the meat and veggie mixture. Next, let's grab that bowl of creamy whipped potatoes, and we're just going to pile it on top of the meat and veggies. And once all the potatoes are in there or on top, we're going to just spread it out, and you want to make sure it's nice and even, okay? And your oven should be preheating on 350 Fahrenheit at this time. Once it's nice and hot, we're going to bake this uncovered for about 55 to, let's say, an hour and 10 minutes, okay? And again, it's uncovered. Once it comes out, this is the finished look. Now, in a perfect world, I suggest you waiting at least 30 minutes to dig, before you dig in. But I am going to break my own little suggestion. I got a whiff of this stuff, and I knew it was going to be the bomb.com because I've made it plenty of times. So I was like, I ain't waiting no 30 minutes. I'm about to dig in right now. So that's what I am doing. And let me tell you, I don't regret it one bit. Look at the chicken, the beef, the vegetables, and those creamy whipped potatoes to die for, okay? Definitely give this recipe a try. Tell me what you think. If you have any recipe requests, leave them down below. And again, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.